Hello and welcome to this week's episode of The Realtor with me, your host, Anne Odida. Now today we are at Kamakis Ruiru with Kyoto Apartments. This is an apartment that is undertaken or hosted by the Kenmark Limited. We want to be talking about investment options between apartments and land. This is a topic that has been talked about most of the time because people are shifting currently to investments in apartments. We want to find out which one is best for you should you choose to invest in either be it land or apartments. Come with me. Hi Anne.
Hi.
Thank you for having us. Kindly introduce yourself to our viewer as we start.
Okay, my name is Anne. Welcome to Kyoto Residence by Kenmark Realtors in Ruiru. I'm glad that you are here. Yeah.
Okay, and as we can see, construction is still ongoing. If you could tell us for how long has this been going on? How long have you been in construction for this specific apartment right here in Ruiru?
I can say we started building this apartment from around November 2022, and so far so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it the only apartment maybe that you are starting as Kyoto, as Kenmark Realtors?
Not really. Mm-hmm. We've sold other apartments mainly in Kitengela.
Right.
Yeah.
So also let's just talk about the difference between investments in apartment and investments in land for somebody who is hearing about this for the very first time.
Okay, number one, investing in apartment will gain capital appreciation very fast, rather than land, because land is a long-term investment and it requires a lot of patience. Like for example, if you buy a plot today, let's say in this area, let's say a 50 by 100 for 6 million, you'll have to wait maybe for another 2-3 years to gain some profits. But as for the apartments, you buy it today, you can rent it out and your income will start flowing monthly. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But for land, for instance, for apartments, let's talk about apartments. How sure can I be that I am safe in this apartment, that I will get value for my money? And
of course, you'll have to do your due diligence, know the area where you want to invest. Is there a demand for the apartments? Can I rent it out? Or if I want it for a home, is it a secure place that I can live with my family? And you have to do your research before you invest. Yeah.
So for you as developers, what are you putting into place to ensure that your apartment is on high demand? Let's talk about amenities. What are some of the things that, for instance, in this building, you are putting into place?
Okay, for example, in Kyoto Residence, we've incorporated green building. That's like we've put solar energy in place such that you don't have to use more tokens to use for your daily use. You'll have solar powered heater which will heat your water. You don't have to use electricity. The security, it's a 24-hour manned gate. We have the security CCTV all out the clock 24/7, so you're good to go.
All right, so
Yeah.
When an investor is looking for an apartment to invest into, when you get customers, what do they tell you they are looking for? And what have you tapped into from their views of what they want and now from what you're giving them?
Okay, number one is the space. Our rooms are spacious. Number two, nowadays the investors want the open plan kitchen. We've incorporated that. Number three is the lift, because being a high-rise building and with 11 floors, you don't expect someone to be walking up the stairs from floor number 0 to number 11. So we have the lift. Again, we have the garbage chute, which when you're up there, you don't need to come carrying your garbage downstairs or use the lift. You just open the door, throw your garbage in the chute, and then it goes down to the basement. Yeah.
All right, now let's talk about the difference between with the Nairobi or different regions in the country. Where are people investing more in the country?
Okay, number one is near the capital city, which is Nairobi. And let's say Thika. We have also a place like Kisumu. These are areas which are in high demand for apartments. The reason being because most of the people nowadays don't want to live in the rural areas. We find that rural urban migration is too much nowadays. So, and when you move into that city, because most of the young people have something to do, they don't want to be renting houses, they'd rather buy an apartment, be paying that money they can use to pay rent at the end of the month as part of their purchase price for the apartment. Yeah.
So what are the advantages, Anne, of investing in an apartment?
And number one, it will depend with the goal in which you're buying the apartment for. Number one, if you're buying for your family, you are sure of good security, because most of the places where we find insecurity, most of the robbers tend to go to the standalone homes, but in apartments, you'll never hear cases of robbery. Number two, it's the capital appreciation. If you're buying it for rental income, then your monthly income will flow each and every month. But again, you need to consider that sometimes there's a duration you stay without a tenant. So you'll need to consider maybe the demand in the area, because that will tell you if your house will go for long without a tenant or not. Yeah.
So also, you know, everything that has an advantage also has a disadvantage. What are the risk factors as we are also comparing this between with land?
Yeah, number one, maybe we can say that some developers will not follow the regulations and the rules that are meant to be followed when building. And so you end up investing in a wrong investment. Reason being that you can invest today and then in a few months you hear the building has collapsed. That would be total loss. So before you invest, you need to do your due diligence, confirm the permits of the building, confirm everything if it has been approved. Yeah.
When I'm buying land, I'm given a title deed to just show that this land is mine. For apartment, how is it done?
Yeah, for apartments, you'll also be given a title deed. They are called sectional titles, such that each and every unit in an apartment is registered at the Land Regulation Board at the county, and then you're given sectional titles for each unit. So you'll have to get that. Yeah.
Tell us about these regulations and laws that are in place to, for apartment investments.
Number one, if you're buying an apartment, you need to confirm where that apartment is built. Does that land belong to the developer or the owner of the apartment? So you need, just like you when you're buying land, you do your due diligence, you do the search, ask for the title copy of that land, go do your search. Again, we have contracts when buying an apartment. You've got to have a lawyer who will prepare all. If the company selling has a lawyer, you'll also need to have yours so that they can compare notes with about the contract that they will draw when you're buying. You don't buy an apartment blindly. You must have a binding agreement. Again, you must ensure that there are counties, national government approvals that have to be done before you commence the building. You have to ensure that they are there. Yeah.
All right, for Kyoto, for instance, you said that you people are considering families. Is this the case for this particular apartment that is in construction currently?
Exactly.
All right, so we can go in and see for ourselves?
Sure.
All right, come with me.
Let's go.
Hey there, friends! Welcome to Kids on the Block, where fun and imagination come alive. We dive into magical world filled with exciting adventures and awesome friends.
What position were you in? As number 2.
What position are you?
Number 1.
He decided to cross the bridge, buy his house, and look for food on the other side.
We're going to do half cup of chocolate chips, and the other one, we're going to do half cup of the blueberries.
So, grab your imagination hats and get ready to explore with us. Join us every Saturday at 9 a.m. for new friends, amazing stories, and tons of laughter.
Join us as we explore the journeys of those who defy the odds and break barriers. We dive deep into the stories of triumph.
Sometimes when parenting a child with a special need or whatever disability, family life becomes a bit complicated and you may end up raising the child on your own.
Here, we inspire.
I have a farm which one we showcase with other dyslexic youths and autism how to farm.
Motivate.
It's never easy, but what we do, the best thing is to work with another parent who has an elder child than yours.
And break through the barriers one story at a time. Push your boundaries beyond the limit. Saturdays at 8 p.m.
All right. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you so much. Wow, interesting. Wow, Anne, this is such a beautiful house, if I do say so myself. Tuna jikoni pale imeng'ara. It's an open plan kitchen. But now that we are safe from the construction going on outside, I guess we can also just easen up.
Oh, sure.
And remove our helmets, our whatever, before we continue.
Sure.
And also, Anne, I would love to know, 2-bedroom house, yeah? At what point now, when you're saying that for Kyoto residents, you're saying that you are homely and you are family accommodative. A 2-bedroom house cannot accommodate somebody with a big family. So how does it work in that case?
Okay, normally we've considered the young families, maybe a newly married couple who have like 1 or 2 children. They don't maybe need a house help. Maybe the wife is a stay-at-home mom. So such families. Yeah.
So now what happens when they want to extend their family now?
Okay, if you invest in an apartment and then you want to extend your family, there is always an option of reselling it. There is an option of renting it out. There's an option of, nowadays we have so many Airbnbs, you can still do that. So you're not limited.
So what are some of the special constructions or things that you have done in this house that you think are making it quite special for your customers?
Okay, number 1, the rooms are spacious. Like you can see, our sitting area is spacious. We have the open plan kitchen. Nowadays, most people want that. They don't want a place where you're hiding in a closed space when doing your stuff in the kitchen. We are copying the Western world actually. And then the bedrooms are spacious, they have space. The master bedroom is en suite. You have your bathroom, and then we have the common toilet, and we have the bathroom for the other bedroom. Yeah.
So for this apartment, or for Kyoto apartments in general, wherever in Kitengela or here, do you rent or do you just sell?
Normally we sell them out. Reason being, we are looking to provide like the housing need for many other families. So if we sell it out, it means that we're going to go look for another land, build another apartment, and sell, and that way we'll have helped the middle income earners to own their own homes. Yeah.
But what if somebody wanted to rent a Kyoto apartment? For how much would it have gone for?
Like in this area, the rent for a 2-bedroom house is between 45 and 50K. Yeah, so it can never go wrong with renting it out. Yeah, 45. You're going to get your return.
45 and to 50,000 Kenyan shillings. What are some of the areas that are close to these particular apartments that somebody will feel, oh, niko karibu na town, I'm close to the road? What are some of the special things about these apartments?
Actually, let's say when you need to go to the airport, the Eastern Bypass is just 5 minutes walk away. So you just drive to the airport. Then the superhighway is just here again. So it's strategically located. Again, we have, if maybe you need like to shop, we have supermarkets up here. We have schools nearby, international schools actually. So it's homely for a family. Yeah.
For this apartment here in Ruiru, how many floors do you have here, and is there a limit to the number of floors that you should build?
Yeah, like in this one we have 11 floors. We have 4 units in each floor except for the rooftop, which has 2 units. So actually we have 42 units in total in this Kyoto residence. But in the area, there are regulations. You cannot do above 12 floors. So the county government, when approving, or the national government, the NCA, when approving, they'll have to come inspect the area and see, are you complying with the regulations of that area? And of which we've done. Yeah.
So, and what is the future of investments in apartments?
It's very high because nowadays people are looking to live in a secure environment. They don't want a place where you're going to live in a home all alone. Like, let's say, for example, you're living here alone. You're very sure of your security. Unlike when you're living in a standalone home, whereby you don't know who your neighbor is, but in such a setup, you will know your neighbor, you will have enough security because, again, we have the 24-hour manned gate, we have the CCTV cameras, so it's secure for someone who is single all alone. Yeah.
This show house where we are at right now is fully furnished, and so do you sell it as it is, or what is really the essence of this house here?
Not really. We are not really selling it the way it is. The essence of furnishing the house is to show the client who is interested to buy the much you can do with the available space. Like, you see how you can arrange your sitting area, the bedrooms, the kitchen, such. Yeah.
It's still a building under construction, so maybe have you had customers coming in to inquire, or how has it been for the past 1 year?
Yeah, we've had so many clients, walk-in clients daily actually, who come to inquire about, maybe some want to rent out. Unfortunately, we are not. But when that client calls and you convince them that you can buy this apartment for this amount and then you're going to be given such a period to repay, they want to do that. They want to buy. So most of them are making the deposits already because it's a nice place. The location is strategic. The apartments are wow. Yeah.
Yes, I've seen that the apartments are really nice. And from the apartments that you have in the areas that you have them, kindly tell us those areas and how different are they from one another, the one in Ruiru and also other areas?
Okay, normally they are almost the same, but in Kitengela we've sold out. So currently we only have this one that we are selling, except maybe for the standalone homes, because there are other people who will not want to buy an apartment. They want to be on their own. So we have such, like in Syokimau, Kitengela, we have standalone homes. But for apartments, it's only in Kyoto right now. Yeah.
So do you also sell on behalf, or you just build your own houses, which you, of course, you have bought land for it. So do you sell on behalf, or you have people who sell on behalf of Kenmark?
No, okay. At Kenmark, we sell our own, what we own already. Like we build from the scratch, then we start selling the apartments. When it comes to land also, we buy the land, we subdivide, then we start selling the plots when we've already processed the title deeds. Yeah.
What is the price for this particular apartment for somebody who is buying? Now that you're not renting, of course. So what is the price of this apartment?
Okay, the unit we are in is going for 6.6 M, of which a person can pay 30% deposit. Then you can pay the rest in installments of 12 years. Alternatively, you can be financed by a bank for a period of 10 years. So you just need, for the bank, you just need to get the 10%, then they finance the rest. You pay in a period of 10 years.
So there is a group of people who don't have, maybe are not eligible to get loans from their banks. Do you maybe provide a banking, just something to also just help them invest in your own apartment to benefit you and benefit them at the same time?
Yes, we do. We have standing orders with a few banks whereby people can be financed, and then they are going to charge. If it's this unit, the sectional title can be charged such that the bank will retain the title, and then you can be paying them. And when you're done, you get the discharge, you get back your own title. Yeah.
So this is you said 6.6
M.
6.6 M.
Yeah.
Is it the same price with that one that was in Kitengela, or how are you choosing your prices for these apartments?
Okay, we choose according to the area, because mostly in rural we have students, so the price tend to be a bit lower, but in Kitengela it was a bit high.
How much is it?
We were selling a 10 M apartment.
Still two bedroom?
Yeah, but high-end apartments. Yeah, still 2 bedrooms.
Right. You said with the same design, but 10 M?
Yeah.
Sold out?
Yeah.
Interesting. So what are some of the challenges that as investors, maybe as developers, you are facing?
Number one, sometimes you're not able to convince a client why they should make an investment, especially in apartments. Some want to rent, they don't want to buy. You try convincing someone that investing is better because that house belongs to you at the end of the day. But renting, maybe you're paying, let's say you're living in Kilimani, you're paying around 200,000 a month, and that much you can own your apartment, be paying the same amount maybe to the bank or to the seller at the same rate, and the house belongs to you. But convincing them, sometimes it's not easy.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do you do it? Because, sometimes maybe the house is actually nice, but, just how a normal human being would behave. It's the human nature to think that maybe you are convincing them for your own good. But now how do you get to the point where you tell them that, no, this is actually also for your own good, it will work for your good? How do you convince them?
Number one, you try to tell them or show them what the future holds, actually, because you cannot live in rented houses forever. You need to own your own home. And for the young families who are bringing up children, you don't want your children to live like moving from one place to the other. You just need to be stable. That's number one. For students, because we still have students who are studying, working online, and they are investing. We try to show them that apartment they are investing in today, they can sell it tomorrow for a higher price. Then they can go maybe purchase a land somewhere, build their own homes, or do something else. Yeah.
So for somebody who wants to maybe come take a look at Kyoto, how can they find you?
Yeah, they can visit our offices. We are in Kitengela, Pena Towers, first floor, near Cooperative Bank. We are also in Nairobi, View Park Towers, 11th floor, Wing B. And they can also reach us through our phone numbers. That is 0742 000 300 or 0721 737300. Alternatively, they can go into our website,